talking about 3 other challenges that can come across when teaching a foster kid. The third bullet point I have is that they can fear school or be truant. Many foster kids are taken away when they are attending school. With this being the case, school can become a fear, leading them to not go. I know for me, the first day of school is always my worst day. I always feel so anxious and also curious when I go. I'm always so anxious to see like who my teacher is gonna be, what new friends I'm going to make. So I can't even imagine constantly having to move schools. Like, I could see why that could become a fear to some foster kids. Also, they can become truant. Many foster kids in their biological home, they are kept home to do housework, watch their siblings being sexually abused, or maybe just flat out the parents just didn't see why they needed to go to school and just didn't bother even sending them to get an education. So this can lead them to just avoid school. They may not see like why it's so important to get an education or how it can benefit them. And then so those are reasons how they can fear school or become truant. The fourth bullet point I have is that they can cheat and lie. A lot of foster kids may want to cheat in school just so they can get better grades, or just lie and say that they are getting better grades. They can lie to their foster parent or to their teacher. I mean, once they lie, if they lie and they're saying that they're doing really well, then it probably feels good to them because they are they're making up a lie that they're doing well, but it's gonna make their foster parent happy or their teacher happy, which could make them happy because it's seeming like they're doing great in school, or I don't know. But yeah. And then also they may not be ready to open up to their peers. If they're constantly moving from school to school or to home, then they would be really scared to open up and share their story. They're not going to just open up to the first person they see. It's going to take them time to get to know you. They need to build that trust with you. They've probably tried to trust many people and had to leave, so there was no point of like making that connection with somebody. So they may just lie about their story or who they are just because they're not ready to open up and share the whole truth with you. They've also probably been lied to their whole life. I'm sure their biological parents or siblings have lied to them, maybe promised to be a better parent, or promised to never hit them again or do drugs again, and just they never came through with their promise and just made lies. So they were being an example to their child, and now their child maybe sees that they can lie and get away with it, I guess. And then the last bullet point I have that could be a challenge is dealing with the bullying. Foster kids they're going to be different compared to not normal kids, but they're going to be different from a kid that is raised by their biological parents. They're going to be a little socially awkward, and it could be difficult for them to make friends. They often lack social skills, and so it could just be really difficult for them to plug into groups or just make a new friend. Also, if they're constantly going to a new school, then I don't blame them for not wanting to make a new friend. If they're gonna have to make a new friend and they kind of know in their mind that they may be leaving in a few months or in a year or so, they may not want to deal with that heartbreak of leaving that friendship. And then what do I have last? Especially in younger grades, kids can come up with like a million questions, and so they ask the foster student like a lot of questions once they find out they are a foster student, and a lot of the questions they ask, the foster kid may not even be able to answer them, and it can become really awkward or just raise like a lot of emotions. I mean, I couldn't even imagine having all these kids or like friends, people asking me like, why are you a foster kid, or where's your parent, or how many homes have you had? Like, that could just be really overwhelming. And so they may just, that, I don't know, they could be bullied for that, and it's really sad. And something I want to close out with is to share a story of my friend Nick. I had a friend named Nick in my high school, and he was adopted by a lesbian couple, and he was bullied a lot. I mean, there were a lot of phone calls I had with him where he wanted to end his life, or he couldn't do it anymore because people were so mean to him, especially because he had two moms, and I mean, you do not see that every day. And it's just really sad seeing that with one of my best friends, but it made me really curious while doing this presentation because I was able to see, from a teacher's perspective, how I can help help a student in foster care and hopefully not be bullied and stop it. And so, yeah, that's kind of a lot. I'm hoping this all made sense. But yeah, now I'm going to be talking about on the next few slides, as a teacher, how we can help these foster kids.